And we are back to it yet again, yet a new week, every other Sunday at Real Vibe with Imani. And today, I have a awesome, awesome guest. Her name is Nashami Wangara. By the way, Nashami, is that even like the name that I should give out here?
Yeah, that's
cool.
a good name.
So let me tell you something kidogo about Nashami. Nashami has been my friend since 2014, 15. Yes, and have known her to be a woman of God. I've known her to be a big sister to me personally, with my husband, by the way, anakuitanga big sister. Aww. And most importantly, she works with Joyce Meyer Ministries. I'm so delighted that I can host such a person in this show today. And we are having a juicy topic, which is defining relationships. So, Nashami, welcome to the Real Vibe with Imani.
Thank you, finally. Yay!
I know. I'm so happy. What?
I just had to use that one. It's a joy, really.
Yeah.
It's a joy to be here. And thank you for the good work you've been doing.
Thank you.
You know, the way you keep some of us on our phones or whatsoever, just ready to just get what you have in store for us. It's been fruitful.
Thank you.
And it's good to be here.
Yeah?
You forgot to say that I'm an author.
Yes. An author of 2 incredible books. By the way, I'll just leave a link below so that you guys can get to know them. Actually, tell us the name of those books.
Well, my first book, which I did
Yeah.
That was in 2019.
Yeah.
It's called My Story for His Glory, which is basically me telling my story to the world.
Yeah.
The story about the goodness of God. It's such a story that everyone should read.
Yeah.
And then the second book, I am so excited about that one because it came in a year when so much was happening, right? 2020.
Yeah.
I did the second one. It's a devotional book.
Yes.
I call it The Morning Dew.
Wow.
And by the grace of God, we might just do a third one this year.
Wow. All right. So, by the way, if you need those books, just let me know. We will link you up with the shop where you can get them from. And if you want us to interview Nashami again about that story, because everyone needs to hear it, in as much as we need the book, just let us know. So, as I said, today we have a juicy topic that everybody out there needs to know, especially people who are in the dating zone in their lives, and it's called defining relationships. Ushakuwa sister zoned and you were wondering what is going on. I thought we had a thing. Or my brother zone somebody in your life. So Nash, what would you say is defining relationship per se?
Defining relationship, just like the word says, define. It's relationships are varied. And people come in our lives for different reasons and different purposes.
True.
And when we're talking about defining relationship in this sense, is defining it in terms of if it is more than friendship, if it is more than business, if it is more than work.
Yes.
Because when hearts start getting involved, a relationship goes to the next level.
Yes.
So the need to define a relationship is to make it clear.
Yeah.
Who are we? What are we? Where are we going?
Where do we stand?
You know. Yeah. So I believe it's just good to be clear.
Yeah.
And that is why we always say define it. Don't just hang there. Define it. Clear the way so that we know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the role of the guy or is it the role of the woman? Or it doesn't matter? Who should define a relationship?
Either.
Okay.
Either because 2 things happen. There have been situations, just like you said, there have been situations where someone has been sister zoned or brother zoned.
Yep.
So it happens both ways. So if any of them, if for example a gentleman notices, hey, there's a way this young lady we are going, it is beyond the weather is good. Yeah. It is beyond by the BBI is passing. It is beyond that. You realize the conversation is changing and you are the jama.
Yes.
It will be like, no. Madam, can we talk about this?
Yeah,
because as per me, I feel 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And the flip side, the lady can also ask,
where is this going?
Yeah, it is just because for starters, remember, you're already friends.
Yeah,
you know, so you have an advantage. You're not some strangers. You're friends already.
Yes.
So anyone should ask,
Wow.
It's not like a man or a woman.
Yeah,
person.
it's not like a man's job to come and say, you know what, this is what we are. It's either of you can.
Either of you can, and you should.
All right, Nashami, let me ask you some. I know you are very open with your life, so we are going to learn a lot from this. Have you ever been sister zoned? Me, I have.
Hey, you had to ask me. Hi, Jesus. Yes.
Have you been?
Yes.
What happened?
My
What
friend.
happened?
So I walked into this church. It was a church setup where I met this gentleman. Brother. And I remember I walked into church. I'll never forget. It was the first time I was coming to that church.
Okay.
And this brother was leading worship. Man, I was like, that church, the worship in that church is fire.
Hey.
So I get in, and it happens when I was, of course, a visitor. He's
Yeah.
the one who was meeting the first-time visitors. So I had more time around him. And that ended up being my church.
Wow.
So we started connecting, like we are working together, we're doing ministry together. He was the youth pastor. So we are there, we are serving, we're enjoying ministry, everything is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, he loved working with me because number one, I was very available at that point.
Oh, wow.
Very available and given. So he loved that.
Yes.
Well, we became so tighter than tight. Me, I went and told God, answered prayer. This is it.
Thank you for
In
answering.
fact, you answer very well.
You see, even when we don't say it.
This one is mine now. Wow. I was so sure that I have found, I would have been found. My friend, I will never forget a day. I was in Nairobi, he was in Kisumu. I'd come to Nairobi.
Yeah.
And he calls me and tells me, I need to talk to you about something very important. When are you coming to Kisumu? What would you expect?
We are going to make this formal.
In fact, the people that I had informed and we were praying, I told them, God is answering. He is calling me.
And we are having a very crucial meeting.
All the way from Nairobi to Kisumu. I was not planning to go, but I had to go. This was urgent, only to get there.
Matters of the heart.
My friend, brother was calling me BFF. According to him, I was his BFF. He was calling me because he wanted me to help him with how to propose to some girl. Ay, Father, have mercy. We call them sons of Adam and sons of Zebedee.
And somebody else called them sons of Pharaoh.
Hater.
How to wait a minute. He was calling you because you're the BFF.
I know.
To give tips on how to propose to someone else.
Yes, actually it ended up being my friend. Me, I'm thinking it is me. I've always known it is me. I've prayed and finished. Nimefanya Thanksgiving. Apaka nimepanda mbegu ya Thanksgiving. Father, you answer prayer.
What?
Nilibaki peke yangu kwa mata. I was just left here. And he proposed to her. And I had to help because he was my friend. And we had never talked about me and him. So there was no way I was going to begin that conversation at that point.
Nashami, have you ever thought of telling him what you thought and how you felt?
We talked about it like, when was it? Like 5 years ago. He was shocked.
Oh my, are they married right now?
Okay, he married someone else.
After proposing.
After leaving me BFF, he found that one. They didn't work. He found someone else.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so yeah, I've been found there.
Yeah.
And not just once.
Yeah.
Yeah, severally.
And that's just at the repercussion of not defining
Exactly.
a relationship.
Because the challenge is this. Because when a lady gets to connect with a gentleman as friends, and then she thinks, and that is what happens, she thinks we are one.
Yes.
And you know, ladies, hey, Faith, let me tell you, there's this guy, this guy. The guy thinks nothing. The guy is like, one of my friends called Nashami. Me, I'm thinking he is the main guy.
He's the guy.
And I'm all over telling people already.
Let me tell you a story of mine.
Tell me.
I have been sister zoned. Bye. I think it's close to your experience. I was in campus. Anyway, if this guy is watching, he knows the story. So, and again, now we've already settled this. He's married, I'm married, we're happy. We're friends. So, I was in Daystar University. This brother, a good guy. He's okay. It ended up being a brother sister after we redefined. Yeah. So I like him. I don't know if he liked me like that. No, he didn't. So every weekend I was going to visit my best friend back then. in Kiambu, every weekend from school we just go. So every time I was talking about this guy. And the thing is, we were even calling each other pet names, you know? You'd call me, oh, hey, honey, good morning.
Yes.
And me, I respond with even a better pet name.
I know.
And then it kept going on. It started out as like nothing, you know, you're just helping each other, you're friends, and then feelings come into place. And we are chatting constantly. So I'm telling my friend, you know, I have this guy in school, and I had never been in love before. So that is the first time I felt like I loved someone, genuinely loving someone. So my friend was like, because I know you, we've grown up together. It's high time you define what this is. And I like what you've said, that it doesn't matter who does it. I had to, okay, my friend had to push me to do it. And she actually did it on my behalf. She took my phone.
I love her.
Called that guy. It's like, so my baby sister has been talking about you in this house every weekend. So who are you? Guess what he said? What do you mean? And then she continued and said, and you know, she loves you so much. And not like brother, sister kind of love. She really loves you. And I've seen your conversation. That is not a brother, sister kind of. The guy said, I've always looked at Faith as my sister.
Wow.
I have never.
Wow.
I felt like I can't breathe.
Wow.
For a moment, I felt like, what? Oh my God. I went back to school. And then I don't know if it sank to him, like I got upset or something because I was not responding to his text. Then that Gioni, he texts me, I am thinking about someone. So I'm like, maybe he's come to his senses. I'm like, oh, God, let it be me. Let it be me. Then I'm like, oh, that is so sweet. Who are you thinking?
I know.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Dear.
Then it was someone I know. I'm like,
You
mean it's not me? You mean it's someone else? So I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, here's the thing. I've always thought, and this is what I felt about him. No. He was like, but I've always seen you as my sister.
Okay,
let's not spoil this.
I know, yeah.
But you know it. He is married. He is happy. I'm so happy for them. I actually like him for her because he's such a good guy. It's just that, you know, if we had defined what we had from the beginning, I wouldn't have felt that.
Yeah.
So now that takes us to importance of defining a relationship.
Well, one thing I would say, take an example.
Yeah.
Forget about the one I told you. There was another one.
You never learn, do you?
My friend, I should just lay hands on me.
I keep that
even put your foot on me. Me. But anyway, that was some way back. Nowadays, I'm smarter.
That was Kitambo. Yeah.
But there was this other different scenario. Why I'm using this is because there was this guy who also, we never defined what we had.
Wow.
And by the time it dawned on me that he viewed me just as a friend, it was sad. It was sad. And actually, for him, everybody around us thought we were. Because of the way I even met some of his family.
No.
Yeah, me, I'm like, oh,
you were seeing
this
your
guy.
in-laws and babies,
and the way they are so good around me. Kumbe him, I'm just some friend.
No.
So why I'm using that example is because during that span, and it was almost 1 year, by the way. Almost 1 year. And during that 1 year, other people would come my way.
And you said no.
I was not available because me, I know I'm taken.
You are dating yourself. Oh my God,
I was in the relationship alone, Abi.
Wow.
But people would come and I would just be like, thank you,
taken.
but I'm so taken. Taken where? By who? For who? So that is one danger of not defining relationships. Because at the end of the day, we are social beings. We are always interacting with people.
Always.
And someone has been eyeing you, sister girl, someone has been eyeing you, Mr. Man.
That is true.
But now you're here in a situation that is not defined.
Yeah.
It is not clear. You don't know what's happening, what's coming, what's going.
That is true.
And then you're just blocking yourself from that.
Yeah.
Number two, the heart. Behind the scenes, we were talking about the heart's role.
Pumping blood.
Yes. So the heart is delicate.
Yeah.
Emotions, you know, in such a situation, you have invested emotions.
Yeah.
That is why it feels so bad when, like now your case, you feel like
so
that was a heartbreak.
Yeah.
But again, you're like, we were not dating.
There was nothing.
But I'm heartbroken.
Yes. I was so heartbroken. I don't know if I've ever felt. I mean, I've been heartbroken before, but that one, till today, when I remember, I'm like, you mean all along? I was alone. You saw me as a sister.
Imagine.
Hey, me, I saw you as my husband. Children were running
I know.
around.
Oh, girls. Girls, we love thinking very fast. So it's really crazy, and it's a thin line.
Yeah.
Because once emotions are involved and they are all over the place, and this thing is not defined, you're putting yourself at a very bad place.
Very bad place.
Because
very bad place.
We have had cases where a lady, for example, gets so mad at this guy, like, this guy, he just used me. No, he didn't use you. He was just a friend.
Wow.
The only unfortunate thing is that this was never defined. So you in your heart, because you decided, because he calls you first thing in the morning before he sleeps, nowadays we are ever on WhatsApp, he's always WhatsApp.
He's the last person you talk to before you sleep.
You mean all the emojis, you have used all the emojis available. You are ever in communication. Number one, if this is never defined, you will lie to yourself that you are in a relationship. So when it comes to dawn on you that you are not, you get mad at this person. I have been there. I have been mad at people. And one day I realized, then it means I'll be mad at the whole world if I continue like this.
It's true.
Because people are always coming in our lives. And some people will come in our lives not for love. But they will be there forever.
That is true.
Forever.
Do you think there are sisters out there who would say there is a man who led me on and literally it wasn't leading on? It's just because you guys never defined what you had? What do you think? Because I feel like men, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong or whatever. How men, like when a man decides to love you, even as a sister, they will be there for you. I mean, it's not like ladies, you don't have to involve emotions. You can find a man and another guy. I mean, they don't have to know each other, but they'll start talking just like that. I mean, football, doing this, they'll vibe. If a man likes you as a friend, they will still vibe with you. But in our head, we're like, he led me on. Do you think there are many ladies out there who would say, actually, that man led me on or he cheated on me, in quotes, when you come to realize, oh, he has a girlfriend? Kumbe, it's just that you didn't take time to define that relationship.
Well, ladies, we are more emotional beings than men, for a fact. And so I think that puts us at a bad place. Because, there's a place of leading on. And that is why defining relationships come in. If you feel... Because if you start connecting with a man on a friendship basis, you will see how it's going. When you see things changing, that guy I'm telling you that I knew his family. This guy I will never forget. We were in different towns, but I would visit. Man, I was so committed to that thing. I would see him at least every month twice. I would be in that city.
Wow.
Yes, and every time, that man was doing for me things that no one has ever done.
Yeah.
These small things that look like nothing. Like he wants to carry my bag.
Wow.
Like he wants us to go to a place where there are swings for babies, for kids. And he's pushing me. Excuse me, are you my brother? My brothers don't push me.
Yeah.
So, but I assumed I didn't work on defining or anything.
That's true.
So if there's a chance and a likelihood that you're being led on, now that is where defining comes.
Yeah.
You're better off knowing at that point.
Yeah, so that's how soon you should define a relationship. Don't
fill in no blanks.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for the two of you.
That is true.
It's don't even think about it. Just because you've met his mom.
Say that again.
Just because you have gone to his village. Now you are wife. You have seen yourself old, the grandmother of the homestead already. No. If he has not defined it, please don't define for yourself.
Wow.
Don't.
Wow. So there is no shame in you as a woman calling this guy and saying, you know what, we need to just talk. We need to have this discussion. It's
an open discussion that should happen.
Yeah.
No one should feel like, sometimes ladies will feel like, I'm cheapening myself.
That is yes. It would feel like you are, lowering your principles or something. Wait, and now on defining relationships. Have you ever told that guy you like him?
Yes.
Me too.
And the one I told me, thank you.
Ouch!
I'm like, do you know how much confidence I have looked for out there to say this?
It's like, I love you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You look nice, thank you. I've been thinking about you, thank you. Really, Mr. Man?
Nashami, oh my goodness.
But the whole thing is this. It's not cheapening yourself, sister girl.
Alright.
It is not cheapening yourself. Okay, what I would feel a bit ish. I would say ish. But some ladies have overcome that.
Yeah.
But what I would say is ish. If you've maybe meeting somebody for the first time.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, kuna venye, ish.
That
one is a bit. But this is a setup where you guys are friends.
Yes. Now the guy who broke my heart, and he saw me as a sister. I mean, we were just talking, and it was like, oh, but yeah, I like you. He was like, yeah, I like you too. It was so in my head, I was like, now you know.
I know, yeah.
So I like you doesn't mean you have defined anything.
Because I can like you as my sister. I can
That's
like
true.
you as a friend. You can be this person. A gentleman comes and say, I like working with Nashami because of this and this and this. She's my best company.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But now here I am, after we're done working, and he's like, are you home? Are you safe? I'm like, oh, he cares. Oh, this guy.
I know.
No. It is just common sense for a man to ask lady, ulifika poa, uko fiti. But now because he asked that, now you've decided.
Sisters hear that.
This one loves me. He asks me, have you eaten? Are you sleepy? What are you doing? Are you watching a movie?
That's
if
common
it is not
sense.
defined, if it is whatsoever.
Let it not get into your head.
There's something a man once told me.
Okay.
He told me if a man loves a woman, he will say it.
Totally. I still remember when, like, now my husband was clear about our relationship. And you see, that is the place of a man.
Yes.
As you've said, you going ahead and telling a man, oh, I love you, I want us to have 1, 2, 3. That is not your place as a woman. All right? It's the place of a man now to take that. After you've defined what you have, thank God if it's like you are in the same page. It's not the role of the man to come and say, this is what I want for us, you know, because he's going to be the head of the family. And I remember when he came to me and he said, will you be my wife? There's something very important that he said. As a man, I want to treat you like nobody else has ever treated you because you are my responsibility. Until a man says that, even when you have defined a relationship, don't be too quick to just assume that in as much as, yes, we are in this together, it's going to work. That's my thinking. Though.
Very true. I agree.
Yeah, because down the line, you'll realize, yes, we defined it, but down the path, things are not the same as I thought.
Yeah.
What would you tell? Because right now in my inboxes, we have people, yes, when they started out here, I want a relationship, yes, even me, but down the line, they started finding many differences that have led them to just break up. And now they're blaming each other for that. What would you tell them? They've already defined a relationship, yes, but they're no longer together. What would you say?
Well, relationships have a way of revealing us
Who we are.
to us, like just bringing
Wait,
out our.
say that again. You're so wise. I have to listen keenly. Relationships have a way of revealing us to us.
Yes,
Revealing
more than the
faith
other
to
person.
faith.
Yes, faith to faith.
Wow. Okay.
Because there's a way you do life, and then somebody comes in your life, in your space, in your heart. This is a new entry. And so the way you will relate with this person will help you know how you are.
Yeah.
For example, I remember there was a time some guy, I hated him because he would tell me, you love throwing tantrums. And I'm like, me, harmless, me, tantrum, where?
Oh wow.
But sometimes we'll have conversations and I would flare up like, you'll be like,
Yeah.
Madam Tantrum, like, okay.
Yeah.
So it was revealing me to me more.
Yeah.
And so when two people come together and you're in a courting season or dating season, getting to know each other, it is okay for people to get to know each other and then fall apart. It's very okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that is what I wanted to hear.
It's very okay.
It's very okay.
It's very okay because you realize that you are dating to get into a marriage, you're courting to get into a marriage, to a commitment, a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
And so if you look, because at the end of the day, the way God works. When we say God is a matchmaker, it is in the place of God sees Faith's strength and he sees Emmanuel's weakness and he says, now these two, this is perfect. Faith will do this and Emmanuel will do this and they will meet here.
Yeah.
But if you feel that the two of you are really not flowing, because you can like somebody at first sight, like, oh, I love the conversations we have. But the more you interact with them, you realize you're two worlds apart.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like the things that excite you, he's like, okay, what's that again?
Yeah.
The things that excite him, you're thinking, oh boy.
That is true.
Boring. So it's okay.
It's okay.
When you're dating and you feel you're not flowing,
it's okay to part ways. So
fine.
if you defined your relationship into a one drink, but we are not together, it's okay. At least you did your part.
And the beauty of it is that this is one thing I always say. I wouldn't pray for anyone to have many relationships that didn't work. But I always say this: out of every relationship, learn lessons.
True.
Don't get out of any empty. That will be a wasted time.
True.
So when you're done with that relationship, things didn't work, sadly, but it's okay. But pick your lessons. If there is something that was worked in your life, yay. If there's a way maybe you didn't know how to relate with the other gender, now you have learned a better lesson for the next person.
Wow, Nashami, that has been so worth it. So thank you so much for sharing all that wisdom with us today.
You're welcome.
I cannot wait to just watch and rewatch this, because I'm married now, I know better, but I can't wait to share this with sisters that I know are going through this, brothers that I know are going through this, and that the world will get to see this video sometime.
Can I finish with something that just dropped in my spirit?
Go ahead.
When we're talking about defining relationships, the reason I will want Mr. Man to define it's because of the way he's been setting things. And sometimes we try to throw it now on you like, no, I didn't tell you I want you, so why are you deciding I want you? But again, this place of still leading on, it's like, don't want my emotions when you don't want to take care of them.
Wow.
Don't. Because sometimes people just want to hang around you, but they don't want you.
Joyriding?
Really?
Yeah.
Please, if all you want me is to be your friend, Mister, don't chat me the whole day.
That
and
is
if
true.
I blue tick you, just Zoya that
That
blue
is
tick.
true. That is true.
Because I cannot give you the attention of my man, and you're not my man.
Wow.
So usijam nikikublue tick.
Yep.
Na wewe mdemu usijam ukiblue tickiwa na huyo boy.
Exactly. So there's something Nashami usually says, safeguard your heart.
Whoosh.
Jealously guard your heart. Jealously
it's your
guard your
personal
heart.
Responsibility.
Exactly. Don't give anybody any reason to think they are anything in your life if you have not defined it. Don't be a girlfriend to someone who has not said you are my girlfriend. Don't be a boyfriend to someone who has not said I am your boyfriend. Privileges that come with girlfriends, if they have not defined it, it's an ex.
Exactly.
Privileges that come with being a boyfriend, if they have not defined it, is an ex. And that is the challenge that we have for you this week. So until next Sunday, we will have you again, by the way. Let's meet. Peace.